Hello, my name is Roy Gillis, founder and CEO of Lighthouse Streaming. Over the last 4 years, we've had some tremendous successes, none of which could have been accomplished without you, our clients, and our viewers. From my family and the staff of Lighthouse Streaming, thank you.
My name is Emily Adams. I'm the marketing director for the Texas Asphalt Pavement Association. We are here at our 3rd annual MAPS conference at the Waco Convention Center in beautiful Waco, Texas. I think the event has exceeded all of our expectations. We had an amazing turnout and great sessions and nothing but positive feedback. So this is our first conference in a convention center, and I'm used to working with hotels where there's like one person to talk to for everything. And so at the last minute, we realized we needed audio and video services. And so I contacted Lighthouse Streaming and Audio, and they were very quick to respond. They were able to, even though it was the last minute, they were able to fit us into their schedule, and they provided us with technicians and equipment to record our sessions, and we'll be able to provide the people who are speaking at those sessions with great video of themselves. I would highly recommend them. I highly recommend Lighthouse Streaming and Audio. I had nothing but a pleasant experience, and if we come back to Waco again, which we hope to do, I know I'll be in touch with them.
My name is Debbie Kimbrell. I am the administrative assistant here at Anderson Chapel. I also work as part of the media ministry. It was great working with Lighthouse. Everyone was very professional, came in to do video recording and streaming for a conference that we hosted here on time. They did what they needed to do, was seamless and transparent. It was great. The feedback, everyone was impressed. So it went out, it was a conference level, so a state level event, and everyone was impressed with the product and the result. We got the DVDs too, which people purchased, and they were impressed with those. It was great overall.
Hello, my name is Roy Gillis, founder and CEO of Lighthouse Streaming. Over the last 4 years, we've had some tremendous successes, none of which could have been accomplished without you, our clients, and our viewers. From my family and the staff of Lighthouse Streaming, thank you.
My name is Emily Adams. I'm the marketing director for the Texas Asphalt Pavement Association. We are here at our 3rd annual MAPS conference at the Waco Convention Center in beautiful Waco, Texas. I think the event has exceeded all of our expectations. We had an amazing turnout and great sessions and nothing but positive feedback. So this is our first conference in a convention center, and I'm used to working with hotels where there's like one person to talk to for everything. And so at the last minute, we realized we needed audio and video services. And so I contacted Lighthouse Streaming and Audio, and they were very quick to respond. They were able to, even though it was the last minute, they were able to fit us into their schedule, and they provided us with technicians and equipment to record our sessions, and we'll be able to provide the people who are speaking at those sessions with great video of themselves. I would highly recommend them. I highly recommend Lighthouse Streaming and Audio. I had nothing but a pleasant experience, and if we come back to Waco again, which we hope to do, I know I'll be in touch with them.
My name is Debbie Kimbrell. I am the administrative assistant here at Anderson Chapel. I also work as part of the media ministry. It was great working with Lighthouse. Everyone was very professional, came in to do video recording and streaming for a conference that we hosted here on time. They did what they needed to do, was seamless and transparent. It was great. The feedback, everyone was impressed. So it went out, it was a conference level, so a state level event, and everyone was impressed with the product and the result. We got the DVDs too, which people purchased, and they were impressed with those. It was great overall.
Hello, my name is Roy Gillis, founder and CEO of Lighthouse Streaming. Over the last 4 years, we've had some tremendous successes, none of which could have been accomplished without you, our clients, and our viewers. From my family and the staff of Lighthouse Streaming, thank you.
My name is Emily Adams. I'm the marketing director for the Texas Asphalt Pavement Association. We are here at our 3rd annual MAPS conference at the Waco Convention Center in beautiful Waco, Texas.
Hello and welcome back into Centex Primetime. I am your host, Jalen Gillis, getting ready to bring you through the primetime topics in sports, not just in the Central Texas area, but from all around the nation. Want to thank everybody for tuning in with us here today on Centex Primetime. If you haven't already, go on to YouTube, hit that subscribe button at Centex Sports Network / Centex Sports TV. You can find us on there. You can also watch this live on Facebook at Centex Sports Network. You can follow the show and myself on Instagram at Centex Primetime over on Instagram or on X, the same handle as well. Well, folks, we got plenty to talk about today as we got a lot of topics. We've got the Knicks have a chance to close out the Boston Celtics tonight. That game starting in about 45 minutes. We've got a few different games going on today. We got some NFL topics we got to talk about, and we got some more quick takes that we'll throw in here as well. So we're going to get right to it, folks. Joining me today on the show, to my left, we got the WISD Hall of Famer and the former San Diego Charger, Mr. Wayne Walker, in the building. Wayne, what's going on?
Hey, what's going on, Central Texas?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We've got another guest joining us in here. We got a full house today on Centex Primetime. Very familiar face to anybody that's here in the city in Waco, Texas, and definitely a longtime family friend as well. Mr. Rodney Sims in the building with us. Rodney, what's going on?
Man, I'm just here so I don't get fired. But I mean, he thought out WISD Hall of Fame accolade. I'm just here so I don't get fired.
Actually, Rodney is an outstanding football
Yes,
player.
for sure. I was gonna let you do that, Wayne.
On a college scholarship.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
And you know, a Parkside legend, too,
Yeah.
if you want to know for real. So, no, man, Rodney is a good friend of mine. I've been knowing for a long time, man. We kind of grew up in the same digs, but a good friend of mine, man. We referee and we shoot the gap together every now and then. So, yeah.
No, for sure, for sure. We're going to get a couple ref topics in, too, let you guys talk about that. But let's get straight into these topics today, folks. Like I said, NBA playoffs in full effect, second round. Last night, we had the Pacers eliminate the Cleveland Cavaliers from the playoffs yesterday. 4-1 gentleman sweep for the Pacers as they take out the number 1 seed in the entire East, the 64-win team in the Cleveland Cavaliers. Tyrese Halliburton and those boys got them out of there in just 5 games. Cleveland battled injuries all season, but really especially in this playoffs in the second round. Mobley missed time. Darius Garland missed time. All these different guys missed time. Nonetheless, the Indiana Pacers get to back-to-back Eastern Conference Finals under the leadership of Rick Carlisle and also Tyrese Halliburton leading them as well. Fellas, when you saw the Cavaliers get eliminated, Wayne, we'll start with you. What was your thoughts, man, on Cleveland after winning 64 games, getting eliminated in just the second round?
this is the second year that they've been in this type of predicament, and to win 64 games and not get to the conference finals, man, that's a failure as a team. You broke a record. I think they were on a record-setting pace to win games, and then you don't do it, and then you don't get to the conference finals. So everything is about winning. Everything is about winning the championship. So when you don't do that, it's a failure. I don't care if you go out in the first round and you don't make it to the playoffs. It's a failure, and that's what happened with Cleveland. So, man, they sustained injuries at the worst time of the year.
Yeah.
And it hurt them.
Yeah, they weren't able to overcome those injuries, in my opinion. Donovan Mitchell still had a pretty good game. He really kept him in this game. It could have been worse than what it was. He had 35 points in that game, had to put up a lot of shots, though. Went 8 for 25 in that game. Evan Mobley, the defensive player of the year, he had 24 and 11 to go with a couple of blocks. Just wasn't enough to get over those Indiana Pacers. Since when you saw the game yesterday, what'd you think about the Cavs going home, man, and just the second round?
Hey, man, it's the playoffs.
Yeah.
You got to show up and play. Yeah. Hey, just like baseball. I'm a big baseball fan. Mm-hmm. Some teams are built for regular season. Some teams are built for playoffs. And, I mean, I'm sure it's a learning experience. It's year by year. I'm sure somebody was hurt, some injuries, fatigue sets in. It's a long season.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's just one of those things. They just put it in the back of their mind and get ready for next year. Just because you do well. Some teams, their main goal is just to get to the playoffs.
Yeah,
because all you got to do is perform when you get there.
Yeah.
So, I mean, too bad they don't give out a medal for good regular season, early playoff exit, because it's just one of those deals where, man, when it comes time for the playoffs, you got to perform.
Yeah.
At that time.
But I actually think they had a good chance to win it. They had the personnel to do it, but they just started playing bad at the end of the year. And Indiana started playing good at the end of the year.
Yeah.
And so one team was trending up and one team was trending down. I think.
Yeah, Indiana looked like a completely different team.
Different.
Looked like a team like they turned it on when that playoff light came on.
You know, ever since they said that old guy was overrated.
Yeah, Halliburton.
Voted
most overrated by his peers.
Man,
motivation.
I think that he took that personal.
Motivation. Who wouldn't take it personal?
Yeah, you have to.
They say you the most, and only the players can vote. There's no coaches, anything else.
They said, the players.
Yeah, this is the players.
Oh, yeah.
So he said that.
Yeah, he's out on a mission.
Yeah, he's on a mission.
He ain't doing it but playing and training.
Yeah. And he showed up last night, 31 points. He went 10 for 15 yesterday. Had 6 rebounds, 8 assists to go along with it. It's this Indiana team for real. Now that they've gotten to the Eastern Conference Finals back-to-back years, in 2 years, that I felt like it was kind of a surprise for both of them to get there again, and they'll be taking on who I think they'll be taking on the Knicks, but we'll have to see that after tonight's game as well. Is this Indiana team for real? Do you think they got a chance to go to the finals?
Everybody got a chance. They here.
Yeah.
They are here. I've been an undercover Knicks fan for years, and now I can proudly say. I can say it openly that I'm a Knicks fan, but I've been a Knicks fan.
Yeah.
ever since Starks and all that. I've been a Knicks fan. But, I'm pulling for the Knicks. Hopefully we be back. But, hey, Indiana's going to have to be dealt with.
Yeah.
And wise basketball mind told me once that NBA is a different ball game because you got to beat a team 4 times.
Yeah.
And when you beat that team 4 times, that just means you are better than they are.
Yeah.
Ain't no luck.
Yeah.
Now, maybe you wouldn't full tilt, maybe you had people hurt, but you're just a better team that year than that other team if you beat them 4 times.
Yeah, it's the most thorough playoffs out of any other sport. You got to beat a team 4 times, unlike football, unlike some of the other sports. But like you said, if you beat a team 4 times in a row, you're better than them. There's no debating.
Yeah, it's a game of attrition. You have to play and you have to stay healthy. I mean, and then it seems like the series are getting shorter and shorter. So you playing a day, you take a day off, and you flying to the next city, and then you have to play again. So it's, man, you have to be in shape, and you played all year for this, and you have to beat the team 4 times. And maybe during the season, you play that team maybe 3 or 4 times, and you beat them all 3 times, but then you have to come back and you have to beat them 4 more times. It's tough, man. And like you said, Rodney, the playoffs is a different season, man. You have your intensity level has to rise. And you have to be ready for the challenge. And if you're not, you going home. Man. What they say, you going Fishing?
You going fishing.
You
they
going
going-
fishing, man.
Cleveland going fishing.
You going fishing.
You going fishing, man. They got, and they don't even have to fish off the shore. They can get boats. They
can get on a boat.
Man, they can get on a boat.
Probably want to get a boat. Don't want nobody to run into them.
Yeah. And so the Cleveland Cavaliers on their way out. Donovan Mitchell in his exit conference earlier today said he hasn't slept since the loss last night. Doesn't really mean much 'cause I think he's going to have a lot of time to be able to sleep between now and September. Whenever
He's going to eventually have to go to sleep.
No doubt.
and they get in between there. But they're on their way out. Looking on Cleveland's side of this, is this season considered a disappointment? Even though they win 60 games, they were the number 1 seed. They had 3 All-Stars make it. They're gonna have a couple guys make All-NBA. Evan Mobley won the Defensive Player of the Year. Wayne, is this still a disappointment when you go home early like this?
Personal wise, it's not because you can't. Your record is set.
Mm-hmm.
But team wise, when you talk about team wise, and basketball is a team sport, and so when you set your team goals is not to win 65 games coming into the season. Your team goal is not to get to the playoffs. Your team goal is to win the championship. And when you don't accomplish that, then it's a failure of sorts. So I think it's a failure to me. I mean, like personal, make an all-star team, and they had a couple of guys make the all-star team for the first time. Everybody except for Donovan. But you had Jared Allen, I think, made the all-star.
Mobley made it for the first time. Garland made it. Yeah.
Yeah, so these guys made the all-star team. So personally, that's a good achievement. But when you when you talk about team and everything is predicated on team goals, so when you don't win it as a team, for the whole organization, it's a failure.
Yeah, I mean, it's tough to say it's not when you're the number 1 seed in the East, like you brought up earlier. They were on a record-setting pace. A lot of people thought they could get to 70 wins when they were about halfway through the season with the way that their record was looking. Started to play bad towards the end of the season, and now 2 second-round exits in a row, 2 years in a row for Cleveland. Rodney, do you feel like this is a disappointment for Cleveland after not being able to close it out this year?
I'm gonna hit it from a different angle. Mm-hmm. I don't want to say it's a disappointment. I just feel like just because you do good in the regular season that you're not entitled to success in the playoffs. It's a different season.
Yeah.
You're trimming away the fat during the regular season. So many teams get to go to the playoffs. The playoffs are the best of the best. Now it's time. Nobody cares what you did in the regular season. Yeah. Once you get to the playoff, now it's time to prove yourself again that you could beat teams in a series. And I mean, so I don't want to say it's a disappointment. I just want to say I know the fans in Cleveland are disappointed.
Yeah.
I know some of the players are disappointed. But you got to take it as a learning. You take it as a deal where you just learn from what went on, and now you know. Oh, just because we win close to 70 games in the regular season, that don't mean we're going to guarantee success in the playoffs.
Yeah.
We got to wake up, put our pants on, and do it in the playoffs.
Yeah, exactly.
So, I mean, like I said, there's no medal for winning for most amount of games won.
Because the trophy at the end of the year is not going to say who won the most games in 2025.
No, it's not
the trophy
gonna say
say NBA champion.
Yep.
And don't get a participation medal.
No.
Exactly.
No, ain't no participation awards get passed out. So Indiana moving on to the Eastern Conference Finals, like I said, for the second year in a row. And for the second year in a row for Cleveland, they are eliminated in the second round. I want to talk a little bit about the other team that's in the East that's getting ready to play in about 30 minutes here. Rodney's self-proclaimed team here, the New York Knicks, taking on the Boston Celtics. Now, this is a series that was already one of the more fun ones to watch this entire playoffs. But now with the Tatum injury happening in the last game, the Knicks take a 3-1 lead. I think it's pretty much over with for Boston going forward at this point. I'm interested to see what Jalen Brown is going to do in this game because we hear all the the talks about he feels like he's the number one and he can be the number one option and he can lead a team and we're going to get a chance to see that today and all the next season because Tatum's probably not going to come back unless he gets back at the very, very
torn ACL,
Achilles.
That's a year and a half.
Oh wow!
That's a year and a half.
Yeah, that hurt.
Yeah. He's going to miss all the next season.
That hurts.
That's 18-month injury.
That hurts,
especially playing basketball. You got to jump and run.
So Brown gonna get what he want.
Yeah,
he gonna get to lead a team. He gonna get to be the first option.
We're gonna see what he's gonna be able to do tonight. But what do y'all think about this game coming on in a little bit? Rodney, I'll start with you, man. Since you're the Knicks fan, did they close it out out here tonight?
The Celtics?
Does Boston get
Boston?
one? Do they steal one, or do the Knicks close it out tonight?
Where they
Boston?
playing at?
They playing in Boston.
Oh, Boston done.
Yeah. You think they gonna go ahead and close
Stick a
them out?
fork in them.
Yeah.
Tatum hurt. Ain't enough to go around. Ain't enough firepower.
Yeah, I feel the same way. I think with the way Brunson's been playing, phenomenal the last few games. Cat has been playing better the last couple of games for sure. If they can just keep up what they've been doing.
Wasn't that a beautiful thing when they got him in the offseason?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
And it looks like it's working for
And
both
Jalen
teams
Brunson
right
plays the game the right way. He ain't flashy. He ain't trying to get no accolades. He ain't doing a bunch of talking.
Took a $100 million pay cut.
Oh, he did?
For his team. Yeah, last summer. Took $100
I don't know about that.
Oh, he'll get it back.
I don't know about that, but still.
Yeah, if they win this year, he getting all that.
Yeah, he get
all
it
that
back, man. It's just that. It just goes to show, man. It's just who's playing well, who's the healthiest.
Yeah,
that's normally who's gonna win, and the buckets, of course. Got to remember, Uncle Drew said the game is about buckets.
Yeah.
But who's playing well, who's the healthiest? I mean, never mind what you did. Just like Golden State, I know they still in it.
Yeah, they hanging on. They play tonight. They can get eliminated tonight.
They hanging on, hoping to get Steph back.
Yeah. They said the earliest he can come back is game 6, so he ain't playing tonight.
Yeah, so he's not playing tonight. They just trying to get by so they can get back to him.
Yeah.
And then it'll change the whole perplexity of the series.
But like you said, injuries, man, play a big role, big part in what you're doing and how you're able to sustain those victories and those losses. I mean, New York has to close them out tonight. They can't give Boston a chance to get back into it. But 3-1, it's a reason why those percentages is only like 3%, 5% chance that a team is a come back from a 3-1 deficit. So it's hard to do. But I think New York needs to close them out tonight and get there with Indiana, so they can be on the same level. Because Indiana's sitting there resting now. Yeah. And if you take if they play with with Boston and it goes to game 6 or game 7, man, Indiana's sitting there resting. And one thing about New York players they don't have a deep bench, and they play their guys more minutes than anybody in the whole NBA.
Yeah.
And that's what Thibodeau gets criticized for, but he plays his guys extended minutes during the season, don't rest them, don't play his bench. So it's essential for those guys to get some rest.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. I think they got to try to get this thing over with tonight. Just for that reason alone, Indiana, first off, is probably the most fast-paced team offensively in the league. That's
bunch of young leagues.
Yeah.
Young leagues.
So if you take this to 7 playing around with Drew Holiday and Derek White and all them, now you're going to go into this next series beat up, tired. Yeah. Everybody's already hurt at this point. It's the Eastern Conference Finals, so everybody's been playing.
And the Knicks already played a game 7 to get there, right?
Game 6. They won
game
6
They
against
game
Detroit.
6. Mm-hmm. But on the other hand, Indiana, they
won at 5 against Milwaukee. 5 against Cleveland.
Yeah,
so Indiana's gonna be well rested, man. I'm interested to see how this. I think it's gonna be Indiana versus New York, but I'm interested to see that point guard matchup between Halliburton and Jalen Brunson. I think that's definitely gonna be.
Jalen Brunson's on another level.
Yeah, you know.
When
the way I see him scoring on Drew Holiday and Derek White and them easily,
and they all defensive players.
Yes.
These are NBA defensive players, and he's having his way against these guys. And Halliburton is a great player, but he's not as stout as those guys.
Yeah.
I mean, he's a kind of little string bean type guy,
definitely.
man. And I think Jalen Brunson's gonna take advantage of him.
Yeah, I think he's gonna try to take him in low to that post and be able to score pretty easily on Tyrese Halliburton. But that is the presumptive next round, so we'll wait a second to talk a little bit about that. But tonight, Knicks got to be able to close it out against the Celtics. That game coming on in about 25 minutes. Want to switch it up a little bit and talk a little bit of football. Fellas, while we got 2 former football players here with us here. First off, in NFL news, Derrick Henry gets an extension today, 2 years, $30 million extension, highest paid extension for a running back over 30 in NFL history. Wayne, what do you think about Derrick Henry inking a new deal, getting some more bread?
It's well deserved. Have you seen his training videos?
Yes.
I was looking at one of his training videos the other day when he was running up this hill full speed and he's carrying his sled. and he's got this weight builder with him as well. So I'm like, man, the way he trains and his production on the field, it speaks for itself, man.
Yeah, and he has that body for longevity too.
Yeah. I mean,
He's a big back.
He's a big
He's not a little bitty back. He's just he around you or over you. Which one you want?
And, they say running backs don't play a long time, but he's every year of his career he's
played at a high level.
Yeah.
He's played at a high level every year. He has not slowed down.
Yeah,
I'm just wondering why Dallas didn't try to sign him.
Man, we didn't have that conversation on here, man.
Because
The man said he moved to Dallas.
He lived there. He lived there his whole career. He never lived in Nashville. Every offseason he trained
in Dallas.
In Dallas. The video I was looking at the other day was in Dallas.
In Dallas, that's where he trains every single offseason. I got a friend of mine that's a Cowboys fan that I tease all the time because I talk about way back in the draft when they got drafted, I believe 2016 or 17.
But
I said, man, they should have went ahead and got Derrick Henry instead of Zeke that year and drafted Jalen Ramsey in that first round.
You think of an offense with Derrick Henry, and then you had those Pickens, and then you have CeeDee Lamb.
Yeah.
That's
we're thinking about the Cowboys a whole different way.
Yeah,
if that's their lineup going into this.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's the whole change how things line up.
Yeah. Derrick Henry shifted the balance of power in the AFC last year.
And that passing game opened up when you got Derrick Henry back there.
You play action, all that you can do. You can do so many things with a big back that can run the ball, man.
Do so much stuff.
Yeah, and I mean we watched Saquon run the Eagles all the way into the Super Bowl last year, putting up most yards, I think, for a total season if you include playoffs in history. So the running backs are making a resurgence a little bit.
Good, that's good.
It is. It definitely is. You see Genty getting in the top 10, getting picked up by the Raiders. We see Saquon sign a new deal right after the Super Bowl was over with. So kind of a renaissance for the running backs in the league. And like you said, I definitely think it's a good thing for them because it got a little too pass happy, I think. And teams got away from it. Not the teams that won, because we watched Kansas City, even though they were a pass-heavy team.
They control the run now.
When they ran the ball, when they were in the playoffs, they told them the football.
Got to run that ball.
Yeah.
So I think that's going to be big. Derrick Henry signs a new deal, though. He'll be in Baltimore for another 3 years now as they give him that extension. We talked a little bit about the Dallas Cowboys yesterday because they're getting the season opener in the NFL. They're playing against the Eagles Thursday Night Football to start off the season. But some more of the schedule came out today as they will be playing on Christmas Day. Now, I don't know how to feel about the football on Christmas Day thing. I'm used to it being basketball.
You heard what LeBron said. The NBA owns Christmas.
Yeah.
They really do.
It might look a little different with the Cowboys playing on Christmas.
Is Christmas on a Sunday?
No, I forget what day it's on. I want to say it's Thursday or Friday that Christmas is falling on.
This is the thing.
You got to keep some kids from getting.
The NFL is a bullet.
Yeah.
People going to watch football. You're going to have more football fans than you are
NFL go call some little kid not to get a PlayStation.
Yeah, exactly.
And daddy going to be mad because the Cowboys lost, going to be throwing pots and pans. And
Exactly.
Who they play on Christmas Day?
They're playing against the Commanders.
But it might be a bad Christmas.
That's what I'm saying. So that's a
Christmas might be bad,
So
man.
they open the season in Philly, and on Christmas they get the Commanders.
I hope
they play on Thanksgiving.
I don't know if they announced who they played. I know they'll be playing
Kansas City.
I think they play.
Oh man, it's
I hope not. I hope that ain't who they play.
they're going to have straight jackets at AT&T
I
Stadium.
know Kansas City. They play Kansas City at home on one of those.
Boy, they're going to him if Kansas City is on Thanksgiving. They're going to get them on the game opener,
See if I can find
Thanksgiving, and Christmas. Boy, that is cold.
Yeah, they got a tough schedule. I knew that was going to happen. The NFL going to try to make their money back from the Cowboys.
Oh, yeah, the NFL petty.
They want the Cowboys. All right, you're going to be everybody healthy this year?
Yeah.
Cool. We're going to give you the hardest schedule.
You owe us.
Yeah, that's the only 3 games they have. They
We
have
need
Thanksgiving versus Kansas City. It's in Dallas.
In Dallas, yeah, that's what I thought.
Philly on the first game of the season.
And
then the Commanders on Christmas.
Oh, wow.
But Dallas is not America's team for a reason. It's America's team for a reason.
Yeah.
People view you either love Dallas or you hate them.
Oh, yeah.
And there's a lot of people not from Texas and it's a lot of people that's not from Texas that love them, but it's way more people that hate them.
Yeah.
That's not from Texas.
And I'll tell you this, if you've ever been bored, and had nothing to do. Go to Love Field Airport on game day.
Oh man.
I got caught in Love Field Airport. I believe I was in college. Go to Love Field Airport on game day. Watch how many people fly in that's wearing Dallas loyal.
And
Oh yeah.
They
gonna be there.
They loyal.
That's why Dallas had all those games in Mexico City.
Exactly.
Years back.
Exactly.
Yeah,
That's
they sold out. It was over 100,000 each
exactly.
time.
Every time.
And
No
you think
soccer
about
stadium.
it, they go to Mexico City. That's more jersey sales. That's more T-shirt sales. That's more ticket sales. And that's somebody that went to the game for the first time. Now, when they go home and watch the rest of the games, they're tuning in on TV. Lifelong Cowboys
Lifelong
fan.
Cowboy fan.
There you
Just from
go.
Going down to Mexico. I hope they go back there and don't go to Brazil again. I think they opened the season last year. In
Did
Brazil.
Dallas go to Brazil?
No, not Dallas.
Well, they
I
trying
think
to
it
get-
was- It was Philly versus Green
Yeah,
Bay.
but you got to think about it. The NFL try to cut in on their football money.
Oh, they are.
I'm talking about the soccer
the soccer,
money.
yeah.
They try to cut in on it.
They got to get a better field. They go back to. They got about 10 injuries in that game last year.
Because the
playing
field
on
was so
that.
soft.
Man, that field was.
It's made for soccer.
Yeah, exactly.
It's made for soccer.
They
It's
went
in the
out there and played on
rainforest.
that. Saquon got hurt. AJ Brown got hurt.
yeah.
But let me
Think
tell you
Jordan
though.
Love
Let me
got
tell you
hurt.
something.
And they don't care about player safety.
Let-
They care
let-
about-
no.
They play. They care
Let me
about
tell y'all
quality.
both of y'all something. Y'all ain't gonna keep talking about Brazil. Brazil like my second home.
Oh man, hey y'all, man,
I love Brazil is a beautiful place.
Man,
Filled with beauty.
filled with beauty. I agree.
Brazil is a beauty. Y'all gonna get off Brazil.
Some of the most beautiful women in
If
the world.
if they play an NFL game in Brazil, they just need to sign a waiver. We're not responsible. Adjust your cleats.
Yeah, man. The most beautiful women in the world.
Adjust your cleats. You knew it when you played in NFL on that grass. And it had rain, you walk the field and say, "I can't run no out route over here. I'm gonna fall."
Exactly. I played the World League one year, and it was NFL Europe.
Yeah.
And we stayed over in Europe. We went to I was in Barcelona, went to Amsterdam, went to London, and Frankfurt, Germany. And man, we was over there for about a month, man.
Okay.
And we playing on soccer fields. We playing on
Soccer fields, the soil is kind of loose.
Yeah, they don't care.
Football
Hey,
field is kind of it's
and
harder.
And let me tell you this about the fans: they don't even know what's going on.
No, they just there.
They up in the stands. They have they
They ain't got their drinks in.
They got a
don't care
beach
what's going
ball
on.
pushing it all up over all over.
They ain't
the
even watching
stadium.
y'all.
Yeah,
Nah.
but they celebrating.
It's just something to do.
Yeah.
They having the time of their lives, man.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
I bet.
And they and if you drop a pass, they cheering. If you catch it, they cheering.
They don't know what's going on.
They
just scream
try
a
to
touchdown.
cheer. They just cheer.
I missed a dime wide open one time running down the sideline. Dude hit me in the hands, and I'm trying to run before I catch the ball, and they standing up cheering. They just cheering. Luckily, we came back the next series, and I got a long touchdown out of it. But I was
make up for it.
defeated. I'm like, man, and it was on ABC, so.
Oh no!
yeah.
Everybody Parkside
Yeah,
saw
everybody
that.
saw it. Everybody saw it, man.
Man,
It's all
sending
good.
you postcards.
But I came back and redeemed
The
myself.
postcard said, "Walker, keep your head up."
Yeah.
I ain't gonna get down too much.
Not down too
No,
much.
no, not especially not having fun out there. But yeah, the Cowboys they've only released 3 games. Tough schedule to
That's
start that one
unusual
off.
just to release 3 games. It must
Yeah,
be some.
They want to build some hype up.
But
Must be
NFL is
something.
all hype, man.
Yeah.
Did you see the draft? Did you see the draft?
Yeah.
You see what it has become.
Yeah. They say more people tuned in and stayed throughout the whole draft, through all the rounds, and they contribute some of that to Shador not getting drafted to the 7th round. Might have been a ploy.
Yeah.
Because I'm telling you, people will do anything for ratings.
And they broke every rating, like
They
you
broke
said.
every-
Crazy.
For the NFL draft, this draft.
And every record for attendance at
Yeah.
the draft.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah,
So
I think that was crazy that they did all of that. Rodney, you wasn't here when we talked about the draft a couple of weeks ago, man. What your thoughts on Shador slipping in the draft, going behind quarterbacks like Tyler Show and Jackson Dart, Dylan Gabriel, his own teammate. And we were just in here watching some of Shador play when they played Baylor a second ago before we started, and that it doesn't look like a 5th round quarterback when I seen Shador
Man,
play
it's just-
any last year.
Man, I think he was being taught a lesson. That's what I think. I think he was being taught a lesson. I think it was one of those deals to where it was, we will show you. And I mean, if he's what we think he is, there's that old saying, the cream will rise to the top. It'll just take him longer to get his money. I mean, he may be taking a pay cut going to Cleveland in the seventh
He's for
round.
sure taking a pay cut.
Taking a pay cut, because that NIL, I mean, you're not driving them cyber trucks in the Maybachs no more on that salary. I mean, but I think it's just, and I saw an interview that Chris Carter did, and he hit a lot of good points. He said he thinks that Deion overplayed his hand, and he overshot. And the bottom line of it is this. I hope you don't lose no sponsors when I say this. But and people say, well, look at what's the brother, the Manning family. They did it with Eli. Well, you heard what the dudes say on the song. They not like us. We can't do all. They not like us. We can't do all of that. You know, it's just they still wanted us to know, hey, y'all to help. Y'all ain't on nothing.
And I said the same thing.
I'm just saying.
I said the same thing, man. You can't just go out and say, hey, we only gonna play for 3 teams.
Yeah, you can't do that.
You know, you can't limit yourself like that. You gotta say, hey, we just want the opportunity. He'll be happy to play for any organization that wants him.
Exactly.
And if you put it that way, man, you'll get what you want. But when you just say, hey, and then you put the teams out there that you want to play for. Because he wore New York Giants shoes. But New York
game of the season.
He had Tennessee. He was talking about Tennessee. He was talking about the Raiders. And Cleveland was one of the teams he said he wouldn't play for.
That's crazy. Now,
and now that he's there.
Now look at it.
At the fourth string.
But they left him. They threw themselves a safety net, drafting him in the which round? Fifth round. Fifth round, because now they can let him go and it ain't gonna hurt him.
Right. You don't.
Whatever happens to him, if he sells jerseys for the
he's
3-4 years that
he's gonna
there,
sell jerseys.
He's already one of the highest selling jerseys.
He's the number one selling jersey in the league, man.
And what number did he decide on?
He got 12 because DeAndre Carter, the kick returner, had number 2, and so he moved over to 12 on there, and that number 12 is already selling. He's starting off as the 4th string as of right now, behind Flacco and Kenny Pickett, Dylan Gabriel, who got drafted in front of him, which is kind of crazy.
What they do with Deshaun Watson?
He's there, but he can't play. He's still hurt, so he's not even going to be able to play.
They're going to injury settle with him.
Because he tore his Achilles, I believe, last year. So he's not even going to be able to play none this season anyway. They're going to come up with some type of settlement where they can send him home for the year and get the rest of that. Try to work out something with the rest of his contract on there. But right now, Shedeur going in as the 4th string quarterback. Kind of outshines some of his draft class teammates, I guess, there, and Travis Hunter and also in Cam Ward. Every pick seemed like y'all said, it was about Shedeur. Right after the first pick, when Cam got drafted, where will Shedeur get picked? Travis Hunter get drafted.
They were sending a message, man, a clear message, man, and I think the owners colluded against this guy, saying, hey, man, we're going to show him that, hey, this is a good old boys club. We billionaires, man. I mean,
that's a whole different tax bracket.
Your daddy got money, but we got money.
They got old money.
We got money longer than train smoke. Your daddy got new money. We got old money. We got old money.
Old money.
Real old money. Yeah, they definitely. That's what it looked like for sure. That they were trying to send Shedeur a message in there.
No, they sent that message.
Yeah, they sent it. You drop all the way to the 5th round and dudes getting picked in front of you that's been in college for 10 years.
So I don't think if Cleveland wouldn't have drafted him, I don't think he would have got drafted.
Yeah.
I'm saying I don't think he would have got drafted.
Because the only team after that I could see is Dallas, just for jersey sales or something like that. That's the only team I could have seen taking him after that.
Because everybody passed up on him. Everybody passed up on him 5 times.
5 times. Pittsburgh, all these guys.
And it bothered me that they drafted Dylan Gabriel before him.
That's crazy.
And then drafted him. It's just like I'm sitting there watching the draft in the 1st round, 2nd, 3rd round. I'm like, who are these guys?
Yeah.
I thought Mel Kiper said he was high on the board or whatever.
Mel Kiper had him number 1 quarterback in the class.
Yeah, I thought he had it high on the board. But Cam Ward he's just that kid that you want your son to be like.
Yeah,
He's
Kim Bro's a
humble.
great dude.
He said, I'm not spending that much money. I'm not buying no designer suits. I'm not buying a bunch of jewelry because you got to think about
But
it.
that's the difference. He stayed out of the spotlight.
Yeah.
You didn't hear him about doing nothing on the field. He wasn't putting no videos out.
No songs.
He wasn't doing any of that. man.
Let's tell the truth. Let's call a spade a spade. Since high school, Shador has not had to compete for a quarterback position.
No.
When he was at Trinity and his dad coached him, he was the starter and nobody disputed it. When he got to Jackson State, he was the starter. Nobody disputed it. When he got to Colorado, his daddy announced him as the starter at the press conference. Remember that? That's your quarterback. Wait a minute, man. This man ain't took a snap in Colorado. In the state of Colorado, he ain't took a snap. That's your quarterback.
That is true.
Yeah,
So
that's true.
he has not had to compete for any position since he's been a football player.
Yeah.
Probably not even youth football.
No.
Because his daddy was probably there.
Yeah, his daddy
He was a coach his whole career.
He
is
has
what
not
said.
had to compete, so that's going to be interesting to see what that's like.
Yeah.
He's not going to get his way.
No, definitely not.
And
Not
Cleveland can care less. You got drafted fifth round. We can let you go for that little
They
pocket
made their
change.
money back from the contract they done gave you
They
already.
made the money back on the jersey sales.
Yeah, just the jersey sales. They
Made the
done
money
made
back
that-
on the jersey sales. And Shiloh is trying to be nice and be a perfect gentleman, but
The only thing guaranteed right now is his signing bonus.
That's it.
It's because he's a fifth rounder.
yeah.
Yeah,
And what was the signing about? Probably 12,000,
No,
if that.
he gonna get some money. Now. His
said
signing
12,000.
bonus,
Okay,
his
okay.
signing bonus is probably gonna as a
It'll
quarterback.
sustain if he can make two Cybertruck payments.
He can probably buy a Cybertruck.
He already got one. What did he buy one? I'm telling you, he took a pay cut.
But he'll probably get about $750,000.
He took a pay cut.
Oh, he definitely took a pay cut. They said he made close to $20 million in college is what it reported that Shador made.
Took a
And
pay
I think
cut.
his first year he's gonna make
compared to Travis Hunter's signing bonus, which is gonna be $30 million.
What has college become?
that you can make
NIL
$20
deal.
million. And the other quarterback that people talked about in the draft was Quinn Ewers because he lost out on a ton of money by not coming back to college.
Should've went back to
schools
school.
like North Carolina, other schools were reportedly offering him $4 to $5 million to
Should've
come in
went.
and play another year. Goes in the seventh round. Now he's gonna make $600,000, $700,000 a year.
But to him, I'll say this: they say,
yeah, it is.
so. I mean, he
he,
probably
didn't want it.
figured
He was scared, but it
didn't
didn't
want
work
no-
in this one. So
didn't want that
that
competition.
No.
It was probably gonna be really bad next year. So who knows?
Yeah, it could
Especially
be
with
worse.
Arch coming out and all that. This is the guy that was your backup. He's for sure getting picked ahead of you.
I
if they
hope
would
he
have came out in the
I
same
just hope
time.
he saved some of that NIL money. I hope he ain't. I hope he ain't went I hope he ain't went nowhere and made it rain.
Quinn
Quinn
Ewers.
Ewers.
And he went to South Lake Carroll, so he got
come
some
from
bread.
money.
Yeah.
And he's been getting money since he was a freshman at Ohio
since he
State
was
because he
17.
reclassified and left early. Hope he ain't been making it rain because I heard he lived in a big house in Austin
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He
with his
got
girlfriend.
Yeah. He had a Lambo. I mean, when he first came there, his first press conference, he had a
You got
green Lambo.
deals, man. Like they get so many deals, like on housing, on everything else, man. It's just-
NIL is crazy. And I remember when I was in college, I struggled to get a Chick-fil-A sandwich.
Yeah.
And they got NIL deals. Man, it's crazy.
And dudes that's not, I'm talking about quarterbacks that didn't even have a good season last year, getting $2, $3, $4 million.
They getting bread.
Jackson Arnold, that was at Oklahoma, that got benched for half the season. He transferred, went to Auburn for about $3 million, I think it was.
And what was the guy that
Wow.
went to Nebraska?
Dylan Raiola.
He got paid.
Yeah, he's getting paid. I think the quarterback from Tulane left. He got paid. The quarterback from Duke, that was the backup at Texas, Murphy.
And some of
he
these,
went to Duke and he got paid. He left and went to Oregon State.
Yeah.
and some of these guys, I like to see their degree playing.
Man, you know
Like
what
just
they-
saying, I like to see that degree player. You ain't trying to get a degree. You majoring in highway transportation. How to get up and down interstates. That'll be. Let me be quiet because that'll be a degree. How to maneuver amongst interstates. It's crazy,
That's
man.
definitely because I mean, what degree can you get? You transfer to 5, 6, 7 different schools. Some of these dudes, Dylan Gabriel went to 4 schools before he finally got up out of there. Bo Nix went to 3, 4 schools before he got out of there. So, man, it is tough for some of those guys to do that. But
And you know, back in our day, all we wanted was a PlayStation,
yeah,
unlimited supply of Kool-Aid, and chicken wings. We didn't want more. Yeah, that's all we wanted. We didn't want more.
Hey, Wayne might disagree with that. He said,
we
hey,
wanted a
man, I just want some
PlayStation
money.
with some games. But see, I wasn't on this level, though. I didn't make Kodak All-American. I was just happy to be there. I was just happy to be there. And I tell you that story about when Wayne played in the NFL. Wayne played for the Chargers. Wayne went and bought him a BMW with a rag top. And I always wanted... Now,
It was automatic, man.
we used to play pickup football in Parkside. You know, in Parkside there was no age limit.
Yeah.
When we was walking one time, Wade drove by the BMW. Wayne, he kept on going. He deuced us. I said, man, I still talk about it. I still talk about him to this day. So, man, he done turned his back on the hood.
The thing about it is,
Oh.
you know I ain't turning my back if I'm over in that area.
Hey,
I ain't never
you know what he
turned my back
did?
on my
He
boy.
pull up at the store and pay us $2 to watch his car. Don't let nobody touch my car, little homie.
Yeah.
I'm gonna see if I can get y'all in the Texas Tech youth football camp.
Yeah.
We didn't even know where Tech was.
Yeah.
I
no
said,
doubt.
man, Wayne sure is cold, man.
Them my little homies, man.
Yeah. You was coming back and show
I
love.
love you. I went back and showed
Sure
love.
is
Oh,
cold.
sure, man.
For
Then
sure.
when he tore his knee, he got his ACL hurt. He was be back to the regular way. He had love for us then.
Then he
I
came
said,
and licked the child.
Yeah,
Said something.
then he went back and he just back there. I said, boy, Wayne was cold. That's why we just hung out with Chubby.
Hey, shout out, Chubb. We gotta get him back on. He came on a couple times.
Yeah, he came,
Chubby was for the people, man. He was the people. Chubby worked with me in summer track.
Yeah.
Give me little pointers. Told me how to run the ball. Chubby was that dude.
Yeah. Nah, definitely. Folks, we got to get into a quick break here on Centex Primetime. When we come back, got to talk about the rest of these NBA games that are about to come on here tonight in these NBA playoff series. Got a couple more quick takes we got to talk about with the fellas. We'll talk a little bit of local stuff, too, as well. So stay tuned and stay locked in with us right here on Centex Primetime. We're going to be right back after this short break.
My name is Emily Adams. I'm the marketing director for the Texas Asphalt Pavement Association. We are here at our third annual MAPS conference at the Waco Convention Center in beautiful Waco, Texas. I think the event has exceeded all of our expectations. We had an amazing turnout and great sessions and nothing but positive feedback. So this is our first conference in a convention center, and I'm used to working with hotels where there's like one person to talk to for everything. And so at the last minute, we realized we needed audio and video services. And so I contacted Lighthouse Streaming and Audio, and they were very quick to respond. They were able to, even though it was the last minute, they were able to fit us into their schedule, and they provided us with technicians and equipment to record our sessions, and we'll be able to provide the people who are speaking at those sessions with great video of themselves. I would highly recommend them. I highly recommend Lighthouse Streaming and Audio. I had nothing but a pleasant experience, and if we come back to Waco again, which we hope to do, I know I'll be in touch with them.
My name is Debbie Kimbrell. I am the administrative assistant here at Anderson Chapel. I also work as part of the media ministry. It was great working with Lighthouse. Everyone was very professional, came in to do video recording and streaming for a conference that we hosted here on time. They did what they needed to do, was seamless and transparent. It was great. And feedback, everyone was impressed. So it went out, it was a conference level, so a state level event, and everyone was impressed with the product and the result. We got the DVDs too, which people purchased, and they were impressed with those. It was great overall.
Hello, my name is Roy Gillis, founder and CEO of Lighthouse Streaming. Over the last 4 years, we've had some tremendous successes, none of which could have been accomplished without you, our clients, and our viewers. From my family and the staff of Lighthouse Streaming, thank you.
My name is Emily Adams. I'm the marketing director for the Texas Asphalt Pavement Association. We are here at our third annual MAPS conference at the Waco Convention Center in beautiful Waco, Texas. I think the event has exceeded all of our expectations. We had an amazing turnout and great sessions and nothing but positive feedback. So this is our first conference in a convention center, and I'm used to working with hotels where there's like one person to talk to for everything. And so at the last minute, we realized we needed audio and video services. And so I contacted Lighthouse Streaming and Audio, and they were very quick to respond. They were able to, even though it was the last minute, they were able to fit us into their schedule, and they provided us with technicians and equipment to record our sessions, and we'll be able to provide the people who are speaking at those sessions with great video of themselves. I would highly recommend them. I highly recommend Lighthouse Streaming and Audio. I had nothing but a pleasant experience, and if we come back to Waco again, which we hope to do, I know I'll be in touch with them.
My name is Debbie Kimbrell. I am the administrative assistant here at Anderson Chapel. I also work as part of the media ministry. It was great working with Lighthouse. Everyone was very professional, came in to do video recording and streaming for a conference that we hosted here on time. They did what they needed to do, was seamless and transparent. It was great. And feedback, everyone was impressed. So it went out, it was a conference level, so a state level event, and everyone was impressed with the product and the result. We got the DVDs too, which people purchased, and they were impressed with those. It was great overall.
Hello, my name is Roy Gillis, founder and CEO of Lighthouse Streaming. Over the last 4 years, we've had some tremendous successes, none of which could have been accomplished without you, our clients, and our viewers. From my family and the staff of Lighthouse Streaming, thank you.
My name is Emily Adams. I'm the marketing director for the Texas Asphalt Pavement Association. We are here at our third annual MAPS conference at the Waco Convention Center in beautiful Waco, Texas. I think the event has exceeded all of our expectations. We had an amazing turnout, and
Hello and welcome back into Centex Primetime. Jalen Gillis still here. Hour number 2 of the show here today, as we just got done wrapping up talking about a little bit of NFL offseason. We talked a little bit about the draft. Talked about the New York Knicks getting ready to play in just a couple of minutes as they get ready to tip off and try to close out the Boston Celtics at Boston here tonight. Talked a little bit about the Pacers moving on to the Eastern Conference Finals as well. Still joined here by Wayne Walker and Rodney Sims as we get ready to go through some more topics. Usually I like to give out some of the picks for those of you that do like to get on Prize Picks or Underdog, whichever one of your things is. I didn't get a chance to make some of the picks today, but luckily Mr. Rocky Miller came through, sent me a couple of his picks. So I'm going to give y'all some of his. If it doesn't go right, you know who to blame. Rocky will be right back on here on the show. It's some of his picks. He got Derek White going over 19.5 points tonight. No Jason Tatum. He thinks Derek White is going to step up, be able to make some big points. OG Anunoby over 14.5 points. I kind of like that one. I think OG's been playing pretty well throughout the series. Josh Hart, points, rebounds, and assists. He took him over 25.5. I think that's decent. Josh Hart is one of those guys to kind of fill up the stat sheet a little bit. Karl Anthony Towns, over 20 points, over 19.5 points. So if he gets 20, that'll be a dub for you. And the last one, he likes Drew Holiday, 11.5 points here tonight. So he think the Celtics guards are going to be able to come up, step up for them. Fellas, y'all talked about it just a second ago. Y'all think the Celtics might be dead in the water going into this game right here. Who has to step up for the Celtics, in y'all's opinion, for them to be able to at least extend the series and keep it going back to New York?
Larry Bird.
Yeah.
Say, man. Porzingis for me. Porzingis for me.
Larry Bird. They better get Larry Bird and Dennis Johnson and Robert Parrish. They done.
Yeah.
And disclaimer, I don't speak for the station or the host.
Oh, man. Hey.
Anything Rocky Miller said, y'all just pick opposite.
Hey, Rock, you heard him. He said he might come back up here tomorrow.
Pick,
So we'll see.
opposite. Never listen to a defensive lineman talk about basketball. I'm just saying.
Rock, they hating on your picks, man. Look,
Rocky, I say it with love.
we're going to see if some of them pop out here tonight as they're getting ready to start the game off here in just a second. I got a couple more quick takes before we jump back into some more basketball we talked about here on the show. Yesterday, Wayne, after you left, we talked a little bit about Bill Belichick and his storylines that's come out from North Carolina, how the school is starting to be a little bit upset with his new girlfriend making a lot of decisions. The interview clip went viral from his interview he had on CBS where they asked him I think they asked him how did they meet or something like that. She came from behind the camera and said he's not answering that. So we'll see.
No, she doing it like that.
Oh yeah, she's had a lot of influence. Supposedly, this just allegedly there was going to be a deal for some type of hard knocks off season for college, and they wanted to do it with North Carolina under Bill Belichick. And they said the deal went sour and went south, largely due to Jordan Hudson, who is the girlfriend, the 24-year-old girlfriend of Bill Belichick. Yeah.